we are gonna go over the best gear that you can get before starting Gnomeregan as a prot warrior. Actually, Fury tank warrior, nobody plays prot, that thing sucks, but you know what I mean. And what are the pieces that you gotta look for the most when you are raiding. And we're gonna take the advantage, we're gonna take use of the perfect black bull as an example right here. For pre-raid vesting slot, we're gonna talk about that first. Remember guys, you do not need to get like full vesting slot before the raid to be a good tank. Devastate got a big buff recently. You are gonna be fine as long as you get a couple blues. You can pretty much tank this place. Is it gonna be perfect? Well, no, but yeah, you know, don't need to get every single item here. That's what I'm trying to say. So the pre-raid vesting slot list that I'm gonna do is gonna be a little different than what you are used to, because I am only gonna show you pieces that I think are worth getting. There are like a lot of epic BOEs that cost 100 gold. You don't really need them, and why would you? It's a waste of your money. Don't get them. So I'm gonna replace those with like things you can get in dungeons or things that aren't unreasonably stupidly complicated to get, right? So for the helmet, we're gonna be taking the Raging Berserker helmet. That's from Hero, the Raging Berserker helmet right here. You gotta do armory anyway. There is a lot of gear in armory from Herod himself, so yeah, you should farm this place regardless. He also drops a decent 200 the Ravager if you wanna do DPS, so you might as well go get it too, I guess. Then guys, just realized in the dressing room it doesn't let you put necklaces and cloaks and that stuff, so we're gonna have to be here from now on. Okay, so for the necklace, your best bet is the Scout's Medallion. That's from Warzone Gulch, or the Alliance equivalent, also from Warzone Gulch. That's basically the best thing you can hope for. If you do not want to farm Warzone Gulch, I am one of those guys, just get a random green, okay? Your shoulders are gonna be, once again, Herod's shoulder right here from Herod in Armory. That's another reason to farm it. It looks super cool to get it. We're gonna see how it looks at the end, alright? Now for the back, the cloak, you get a couple options. Your best hope is to get the STB one, the STB event one, it's 1% crit. Otherwise, there is not a lot of great options for cloaks, honestly. Not even the BFD one is good. So yeah, just get a green one and wing it. Our chest piece is gonna be the Warforged chest plate. You get this from a quest in the Badlands. It is pretty easy to get. It has a lot of strength. It is great. If you are one of the few lucky ones that get the Scarlet chest piece, you can also take that. It is like a super rare drop, and it goes for a gazillion dollars on the auction house, so do not worry about that. For your braces, we're gonna be taking the Berserker bracers. You get them from Warzone Gulch, and they are really good. As a matter of fact, they stay based in slot all through Gnomeregan itself, so you might as well just farm the Warzone Gulch for it. I know, if you don't want to farm it, I get you, brother, I get you, but this is really good. If you don't feel like farming this, you can take a random green. There's the Scarlet Wrist Guards. If you farm armory for all the helmet and all the stuff, you are gonna run across them eventually. They got like 8 stamina, they are okay, I guess. Your gloves are gonna be the Crag Fist. These guys are from Oldaman, and they have a random enchantment. There are a couple decent ones that you can get. Strength, power in the case that you are Fury. If you are not going Fury tanking spec for some reason, I don't know why, you probably want to get Strength instead. Otherwise, of the Monkey, of the Tiger, they are also very good. Or any of those is gonna work. Let's go Strength, because YOLO. Your belt is gonna be from Arati Basin. That's gonna be the Highlander's Plate Girdle. There is so many versions here. Where is the level 41? There you go, this one. And now for your pants, your best bet is gonna be the Scarlet Leggings. These drop from Herod, and they are kinda rare, but they are not a complete pain in the butt to get them. The leggings are not very important, because once you do Gnomeregan once, you gain access to the Dongaris. They are like leather pants with a lot of agility on them. You can probably coast on those if you don't feel like farming pants. But if you're farming armory to get the helmet and to get the shoulder, which are very important, you're probably gonna run across it eventually too. Your boots are also gonna be from Arati Basin. That's gonna be the Highlander's Plate Grips. I don't know what's the level one here, level 40? There we go. They are just a stat stick, they got good stacks, 8 strength, 8 agility, 8 stamina, that's pretty much perfect for us. Now the rings, this one right here kinda sucks. There is not a lot of good rings to get before Gnomeregan. Your best bet for one of them is the Warzone Gulch one right here, the Protector's Band. That this is actually the Alliance one, I play Horde, whatever, it's the same ring, right? This right here, 8 strength, 8 agility, 5 stamina, that's a lot of stats. For your second ring, honestly, don't even worry, either get one from BFD or just get a random green. It doesn't really matter. There is not, aside from this blue ring right here, this blue ring is insane for this level. But everything else, they all suck. They are not important at all. Like, it's not gonna make any difference if you get 2 less stamina on a ring or not. Just get a green one. Your best in slot trinkets, of course, the first that comes to mind is the Pearl. You gotta get the Pearl from BFD. It's insanely good. You can also get a random trinket from Arati Basic that is like a shield. It's okay, I guess. It's not a big deal. There is not much else you can go for. As a matter of fact, one good idea, if you are farming wars on gold and stuff and you get rank 3, it is not very hard. You might as well get the PvP trinket on you. You see in Thermaplug there is a phase where like he's gonna CC you, and having this thing to break out of slows, that helps a lot. Also, if you're doing grobbies and nobody kicks the stun, you can break out of the stun immediately. That's also really good. It's not great, but that's pretty much the only thing you get, so deal with it. For the main hander, you got a couple options here. One of them is the Hand of Righteousness. That's from Scarlet Monastery Cathedral. This thing is a healer mace, but it has a lot of base damage, so it is pretty good for you. Otherwise, a quick one that you can get is the Speed Steel Rapier. This is also just a random BOE. You can get it for like 5 gold in the auction house. I don't know if it is because of the bots or what's going on with that, but this item is nearly worthless. And as you can see, the damage is pretty good. Your shield is gonna be the Aegis of the Scarlet Commander. This right here, this is the shield from Scarlet Monastery Cathedral as well. This shield has a lot of block, a lot of strength, a lot of stamina. Really good shield, a lot of armor too. And it is so easy to farm, okay? You just gotta run Cathedral like 3 times and you're gonna get it, right? You should get it. Why wouldn't you get it? Finally, for the bow, you can either get the one from BFD, the Naga Heart Render, that's just 5 strength. It is a really good stat stick. Or you can just get the one from Warzone Gulch. The Warzone Gulch one is not as good in my opinion, but it is pretty good too. If you are farming Warzone Gulch because you want the necklace, because you want the cape, the whatever, and you're getting all the stuff, you might as well get the bow. So this right here is the best in slot pre-raid for Gnomeregan. Let's take a look at how I look in my black bull. Look at that beauty, my man. Oh yeah. Alright, so now we are gonna work up from here and we're gonna be doing what is the best in slot in the raid. And the reason I am doing it from here is because there is a lot of items here that are gonna remain best in slot. Blizzard kinda messed up the loot tables. I don't know if they did it on purpose to limit the power of warriors or if they just didn't feel like making good items. I don't know, they are Blizzard. So for your helmet, if you are not blacksmithing, that's gonna be your best in slot right there. The Raging Berserker helmet is gonna stay best in slot. Otherwise, if you have blacksmithing, you can get the Tempered Interference Negating helmet. That's a tongue twister right there. It has crit on it. That's pretty much the same helmet as the Herod one, but a little better. Unless you are like a top 99 parser and you wanna be like up there playing with Alun though, do not get blacksmithing for it, okay? It is not that good. It is good, it is not that good. Your necklace, of course, in Gnomeregan is gonna be the Peace Officer's Torque. This right here, you get it from the notes in Thermaplug. You kill Thermaplug and you turn in the quest and you get it. Pretty much very easy to get. Your shoulders are gonna be a random blue from the Crowd Pommeler, the machined... there you go. How to say machined? Machined? I don't know. Machined alloy shoulder plates. They are just plate held shoulders with a little more stats. They are very good. Your cloak is either gonna be the Drape of Dismantling right here or the Prototype Parachute Cloak. Okay, so the Drape of Dismantling is a little better for you, threat at least. But like, there's gonna be so much competition. If you can find a Parachute Cloak, just call yourself best in slot and you're done. I wouldn't take this from a DPSer, okay? Threat is fine. I think that would be a very, very mean thing to do, to take like the best in slot DPSer thing from a DPSer when you do not really need it. This thing for tanking is almost as good. Okay, now for the chestplate, there are 2 schools of thought here, okay? So you can either get the male one for DPS. It is good, it has hit, it has crit on it, it has intellect, so there is a bit of a waste there. But of course you are wearing mail, so that's a big deal if you're a tank. Or you can get the plate tanking set and you can just be a tank, okay? Blizzard did not make a plate DPSer set, not even for paladins. If I were to guess, guys, they probably did not want to have warriors have a plate DPS set, because everybody knows if you give tanks a DPS set or a tank set, everybody's gonna take the DPS set anyway, so that kinda makes sense. Personally, I am of the school of thought, just might as well take the tanking set. It's not a huge DPS loss, and your threat is fine. You are not needing a big threat increase to get more DPS. Ever since the Devastate buff, you really do not struggle with threat, even without gear. The other day I tanked a Gnomeregan without Wind Fury and without Spirit of the Alpha, and I was fine. Your best in slot bracers are gonna remain the Berserker bracers, but there is also an item in Gnomeregan, the Ornate Dark Iron Bangles. They are leather and they are supposed to be a caster item, but they put a 1% hit on it, so if you don't wanna farm the Warzone Gold thing and just get that one, that's 1% hit, that's still really strong. For the gloves, we're gonna be taking the Grobby Gauntlets. There you go, they got 1% crit, so they are really good. The belt is going to be the Power Assisted Lifting Belt. Right here, it has 200 weapon skills, so you can even use it for DPS too if you're doing the Fury tanking thing like you should. You can be like a DPS Fury dual 200 guy. That's what I do. Of course, the legs are gonna be the ones from our set, so that's gonna be the Hazard one, Hazard leg plates and Hazard boots. And we get the 3-piece set right here, which is 1% hit, very good. Now for the rings, we're gonna keep the Warzone Gold one, and we're gonna get right here, of course, the epic one, the Gear of Devastation. This thing is very rare, but like, look at the stats, they are pretty strong. They also give you resistance, and that matters a lot because nature damage in Gnomeregan is through the roof. Your trinkets are gonna be the Whittledal's Strengthened Cord, Hardened Cord actually, I always forget the name of this one. This is 1% dodge, that's pretty much it, it's really nice. Then we're gonna get for the other trinket, the 420, nice. There you go, 420B, this thing gives you attack speed, is pretty good. Your gun right here is gonna be the Falco Sting right here. Falco Sting has 8 agility, really good. Your shield, you don't really got a lot of good options for the shield, honestly. If you got engineering, you can get the super busted gear wall right there. This thing is really strong. It has like a bounce damage thingy on it. But otherwise, all the shields from Gnomeregan, they are caster shields. They are pretty crap. So yeah, you are probably gonna be stuck with the Aegis of the Scarlet Commander, honestly. Losing 7 strength just to get like 5 more block value from your Gnomeregan shield, it is not worth it. Just keep the Aegis, it looks cool anyway. Who doesn't want that? Shield is awesome. And finally, for the best in slot weapons, there are like 3 epic weapons in Gnomeregan, one-handers at least. Of course, there's the epic axe too. You got the Electrocutioner's Needle, you got the Arcano Shredder, and you got the Toxic Revenger 2. If you are looking at straight up best in slot, it is either one of those 3, because your threat is gonna be basically fundamentally the same within all the 3 weapons in Gnomeregan. The thing is that, of course, if you can choose, you wanna get the Arcano Shredder, because this thing has a debuff that reduces magic resistance, so you're gonna be helping the raid. The thing is that the Toxic Revenger and the Needle, they are pretty much useless for DPSers. So if you are a cool guy, if you are in a guild and you want to help other people, what you should do is take the Needle or the Revenger and let some DPSer get the Arcano Shredder, because it is a huge deal for them and it is basically the same thing for you. If you are pogging, or if you are in the alternative universe where like everybody has the Arcano Shredder or something, you can take the Arcano Shredder, but honestly I think the Toxic Revenger is the best one because it gives you some AoE threat and that helps a little. And there you got it, that's gonna be the best in slot for Gnomeregan. Let's take a look at the model. Yep, it doesn't look cool at all. Subscribe, leave a like, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.